Favorite place on campus?
The Law Terrace.
East Asia Library, second floor, is the desk next to the Buddha statue.
The football stadium.
I like the GSB.
I like Green Library.
The Claw Fountain over in White Plaza.
Lathrop Terrace.
The roof of the McMurtry building.
Right outside Meyer Green in the afternoon, or actually on Meyer Green at the picnic tables, right outside Green Library.
Basement
of Green.
Basement of the library.
Nice and quiet and dark.
You get so much done, nobody interrupts you.
You get like a little desk to yourself with a light, and you have plugs everywhere. You can sneak food in.
Yeah,
We can cut that if you want.
We don't. You can sneak food in if you really want to.
So no, I didn't know what I was going to major in when I came to Stanford. I applied and I wrote political science on my Common App. I came here, when I got here I thought I was going to major in philosophy, and now I'm an electrical engineering major. So I've been sort of all over the place, and I definitely don't think you need to know what you want to major in when you come here. Stanford's a great place to be undeclared. It's a great place to experiment, and especially in your first year, you have a lot of time with the quarter system to bounce around, try out all the different subjects, and fulfill your WAYS requirements and stuff at the same time, so it doesn't feel like you're wasting time or something like that.
Yes, I did come in hoping to major in chemical engineering, and I haven't declared yet, but I'm pretty sure I'll still do it.
You really don't have to have your major decided when you start school. I didn't figure out my major until the end of my freshman year, and I think freshman year was a good time for me to explore different academic interests.
Coming into Stanford, I did have an idea of what major I wanted to do, but I knew I was also very open to different majors, and because of that I think I've changed my major plus minor combinations a solid 4 or 5 times the past year, and even now going into sophomore year I have an idea. I've narrowed it down to 2. Use freshman year wisely. It's a really wonderful time to explore, but also get some depth in an area you're interested in.
So I think taking classes that just really stand out to you freshman year is probably the best idea, and as you go you can kind of cross off things that you didn't like. Taking a class that you end up not liking is just as helpful as taking a class that you ended up loving, because then you kind of know what direction to go.
It was a little bit unsettling not knowing my roommate coming into campus for me, but I think I ended up with the coolest roommate ever. We're definitely going to be friends for life, and I think almost all my friends ended up with roommate situations they really liked.
It was a little stressful. I was honestly freaking out because all of my friends knew their roommates since June or July, because they picked them out on their school's Facebook pages or something. So they'd already planned what they were gonna buy and when they were gonna meet, and they knew each other and all this stuff.
I thought it was really exciting not knowing your roommate coming in your first year, and I can see it's a little bit irritating because all your friends probably know from back home who they're rooming with and who's bringing the fridge and the microwave. But there's some fun in the surprise of walking in on your first day of NSO on Tuesday and finding out who your roommate is.
All of my friends at all the other schools that they were going to, they knew their roommate months in advance, and they could plan ahead pretty easily. But I do really I was excited to tell them that oh, I won't know my roommate until the first day. I was yeah, I'm really glad that I won't be able to know, because I can't judge them based on their Facebook profiles or
I mean, honestly, once you get to Stanford, you realize there are so many different personality types that so many different people you're going to meet. And even if your roommate match isn't as great as mine happened to be, I think you can still make it work and still be great friends with your roommate no matter what.
We room together for 3, this is our 3rd year, but I don't talk to him.
We don't really speak.
Yeah.
I figured.
It's not.
You guys don't really seem like you supply conversation.
It's not like that. I destroy him in FIFA every now and then, and that's the extent of our relationship.
And I think they do a pretty good job pairing you up.
I think one thing that's definitely true is that everybody takes classes on both sides. Everyone has a lot of respect for people who are in any sort of major. I know a lot of my friends in EE and things like that think that the sort of fuzzy subjects like philosophy or English are really hard, and something that they could never do but that they're really interested in doing. So great place to be both fuzzy and techie.
On paper there is, but I feel there's not really ideologically, because so many people are interested in so many different things. You could be doing you could be doing CS and you could write for the Stanford Daily at the same time. I think step 1 is learn how to ride a bike, which a few of our friends had trouble with.
It's a learning curve. At first you think it'll be like high school, that I know some subjects you had no homework, didn't have to pay as much attention to, but eventually you'll find out that although there isn't a lot of lecture time, the homework it takes outside of class is a lot. And you just have to, time management is all I can say.
I'd say step 2 is just like explore like all you can. I think that's how you'll have like the best transition into like knowing campus pretty well, like being comfortable, just like walking around, biking around on your own.
I think a big part of me transitioning to Stanford academically was kind of figuring out my footing, and like learning how much I could handle. I think a lot of students come to Stanford very eager, and they all come from places where at least I was pretty involved in high school, and I was excited to get really involved on campus. And I think a big lesson that I learned freshman year was recognizing how much I could handle at a given time, and I think doing that and slowly taking on more involvement or more responsibility as you go kind of prevents like a burnout of taking on too much at one time. And I think you kind of learn that as you go through Stanford, like not just freshman year, but you get better at recognizing how much you can handle and take on a quarter or a year.
Step 3 would be don't shy away from interactions. You don't have to, by all means, be a huge extrovert and go to every single party, but value interactions, especially interactions with older students.
Definitely the activities fair is a huge opportunity. Do not lose that opportunity. I'd say it's a really good start to just get your email out there and your introductions to different activities and different organizations on campus. So that's a good start.
Did I skip step 4?
You were like, what's step 5 after step 3 is
Oh, wow.
value interactions?
Step 4 is know how to count, guys. Step 5 would be call home.
Yeah, call home.
Call home.
It's like once every week.
Wherever
every
or
couple
whatever
weeks.
home is, call home.
Yeah.